Light. That means press. Press.
Okay, because I'm just going to do the. Good evening, everyone. Let's get started. Yes. Well, I want to welcome you all to CBI's annual meeting 2024. I'm going to do the call to order pursuant to Article 4 of the Constitution and Article 2 of the bylaws of Congregation B'nai Israel. The undersigned hereby calls the annual meeting of the members of the congregation for the following purposes, which we'll go over in a second. So now we're going to have Rabbi Keller come up and do our opening prayer. Keep it on.
Nice job. Hi. Thank you for the two of you that said hello back to me. That was very sweet of you. It's very nice. Such a warm, connective, congregational moment we just shared together when no one said anything back to me. It feels like my house. So this is a wonderful and huge moment for us, as it is every year, for us to have the opportunity for us to have this meeting, because this just means that everything's good, and this is exactly what we like. I will share with you that there are a couple of interesting numbers that we'll be looking at, I'm sure, since we have to pass a budget. I just want you to first, clearly this year, as opposed to any other year, maybe in the history of anyone sitting in this room, we are dealing with number 222, which is the number of days that there have been hostages in the hands of Hamas. 222 days. That's 222 days of showers and meals and dinners and get-togethers and holidays. So that's a number that should be deeply imprinted into all of our minds. The other number that I want us to think of as we head into our annual meeting is it's the Omer right now. Actually, it is the 22nd day of the Omer. Soon, when the sun goes down, it'll be the 23rd. But currently, it's the 22nd day of the Omer. Those are the days between Passover and Shavuot, and so we are in this middle period. There, we get to be in between these two holidays, and history has not been kind to us in these middle days. Actually, the Omer have not been great days. But what's beautiful about the days is we get to count these days. That's what you're supposed to do every day. And so amidst what's happening in the world, I think we should be very thankful and count the blessings that we do have, and count the moments that we get to share, and get the moments that we get to be together with our families, but also with our congregational family. And so as we kick off this 2024 annual meeting, I hope that we will literally, with our hearts and our souls, count each moment in our lives that is so important to us individually, and also extremely important for this extremely wonderful, holy congregation that we will have the opportunity to be celebrating, particularly coming up this year to celebrate our 40 years together as a congregation. And so let's internalize these moments and count every moment, and may we go from strength to strength as we have for all these years together as a Kehillah Kadosha, as a holy congregation. I'll turn it back over to El Presidenta.
Thank you very much. I have to make this shorter. There we go. Okay, I want to go through our quorum numbers. So we have total eligible members, 1,185. That's awesome. Members who voted by proxy, 134. The members who voted by proxy for the trustees, 134, against 0. For our budget, 134, against 0. Other matters, 133, against 0. Okay, now I want to say hello, friends. Welcome to Congregation B'nai Israel's 2024 annual meeting. I appreciate each and every one of you that came here tonight and who are watching on our live stream. I truly feel that our congregation is the best because of each and every one of you. Thank you to VIP caterers for the open bar and light bites. I would like to thank the members of the nominating committee for their efforts: Allie Myrick, Jeff Young, Amy Weishaus, and Rachel Smith. I would also like to sincerely thank Phil Rothschild he's the Vice President of Strategic Planning, and he was chair of the nominating committee. Job well done. The full slate of candidates is listed in the notice of the annual meeting. This past year has been a terrific year for all aspects of CBI. We began the long process and planning to renovate our sanctuary, school building, and grounds in general. You have already seen some examples of this process and many others we also accomplished behind the scenes to ensure our campus is secure and safe. Our guardhouse has been an added measure of security with internal and external proponents to help with the entering on our campus. I must also thank our very dedicated House Committee member, led by ageless Ken Howard, as he is here every single day to fix something. Our congregation would not be successful without the tireless effort of our Executive Director, Steve Allen. Our clergy, our professional staff, administrative staff, and teachers. CBI is so fortunate to have the absolute best. Senior Rabbi Ronnie Keller, Senior Associate Rabbi Samantha Kahn, and Cantor David Muchnick continue to have meaningful and spiritual services and programming as our attendees increase weekly. The director of our preschool, Allison Sands, is completing her second year and has done an outstanding job in a challenging year at the highest level of excellence. Her administrative staff is unrivaled by any preschool in the country. Our religious school welcomed Carly Wallenstein as our new director this year, and numbers have steadily increased, and we plan on them increasing next year as well. I must also thank her team of Assistant SLJ Director Miriam Rofano, Youth Engagement Professional Annie Rosenthal, and Administrative Assistant Sarah Shankman for making all of this come to fruition. From a social action, social justice standpoint, no synagogue can match CBI. We have become known as the congregation with a conscience. Officially, kudos to VP of Social Action, Andrea Cannon, and Membership Special Projects Manager, Minda Shaman, and all the volunteers who helped our initiative become a reality. Our budget committee is pleased to be able to present a balanced budget, and I'm sure you all read Ira Ginsberg's letter and looked at the budget. I am deeply grateful to our members who opted to become Shomrim members this past year. We have exceeded our expectations by doubling the number of families participating. So we are able to have people join our congregation and send their kids to our top-rated schools who otherwise would not be able to. I look forward to an exciting, productive, and safe year for all of us here at CBI. The synagogue doesn't run itself. I would like to introduce our executive committee and our board of trustees. Please come up to the front if you are here. Let's go. So I would like to introduce you to our fantastic executive committee, VP Financial and Asset Management, Ira Ginsberg. Say hi. VP of Education, Robin Rubinoff. VP of Social Action, Andrea Cannon. VP of Membership, Gil Kaminer. VP of Administration and our first Vice President, Barry Schwartz. VP of Strategic Planning, Phil Rothschild. VP of Communication and Technology, Evan Appel. Rounding out the executive committee is our past president, Leslie Cantor, and our immediate past president, Jeff Cannon. Our board of trustees is made up of the following wonderful volunteers: Allie Myrick, Molly O'Grady, Denise Beagle, Renee Nadell, Taylor Weiss, Annie Becker, Danny Hellitzer, Sean Tybor, Amanda Tillman, Phil Wishna, Rachel Ostrovsky, go Celtics, and Jill Eisner. Thank you all very much. Honestly, the synagogue runs the way it does because these volunteers give their time, lots and lots of time, so thank you. Okay, now we have our executive director report. Yes, you have to follow that.
Hi, good evening. Welcome and to the 2,477 people that are watching on live stream, I say hello to you as well. I just made that number up. Okay. First of all, you know, they're up here. Sharon thanks a lot of people. And sometimes, you know, you forget how important the president is and everybody else that works with the board. So I personally have an incredible relationship with all the presidents that I've worked with this time as Sharon. So I think we all should give Sharon Landau an incredible hand. Yes. Let it be known on live stream that Mr. Landau and daughter Emmy Landau gave her a standing ovation. Also, of course, all the executive committee and the board of trustees, I love working with all of you, and it's terrific. And I do want to say a special thank you that how we have changed the format of our annual meeting. A few years ago, we said, you just want to come in and let's just talk and everything's great. And we're going to do 12 to 15 minutes as while Jeff Cannon was president. I want to give a special shout out. All of you here who have a full stomach and have had a drink, I want you to personally thank Mr. Larry Feldman because it was his idea to do that. So Larry, thank you very much. So as we reflect on the past year, and Sharon mentioned a lot of things that I was going to mention, we are really filled with gratitude for the unwavering support and dedication to our community at Congregation B'nai Israel. Together, we've accomplished so much and laid the foundation for even greater achievements in this coming year. Within our synagogue, we've invested in the future already by updating classrooms, increasing our security personnel, purchasing state-of-the-art equipment, and adding new staff to support our growing community. Our membership continues to increase and evolve, allowing us to expand our program offerings for all stages of life. Adult education offerings have been enriched with new programming. a reimagined women's committee, the Women of CBI, led by Rabbi Samantha Kahn, has exploded on the scene, and she deserves a round of applause for that as well. From the selling out of the challah bake to other programs that you're going to be doing, it's just absolutely an amazing thing. Also, the Rosenthal Speaker Series broke a record this year with Andy Cohen. And I've been asked since the day after who we're bringing next year, because it's hard to top. And I'm pleased to say that I don't know. But we're working on it now. And also special, and Sharon mentioned it too, I really want to thank the two directors of both of our schools who really, you all don't know how much that they deal with and what they have to put up with and how they continue to shine in this, which is a very challenging year. So Allison Sands of NCECE and Carly Wallenstein of SLJ, thank you. Beyond our walls, we have extended our support to partner organizations, both locally and internationally. Through the Cantor Family Center for Justice, we continue to support community members in need with our Feed the Community, Lori Scar Mitzvah Day, Little Free Pantry. Andrea, we can't say enough about thanking you as the VP of Social Action with Minda to be able to do all those things. Also, which Rabbi Keller touched on, and I can never be as eloquent as him, the way this community responded to the tragedy and travesty of October 7th was unrivaled. It was just absolutely incredible. Everything we did and needed to do and will continue to do is unmatched in the country. And I talked to a lot of executive directors around the country, not close, just not close. So I'm very proud of what we have done. And in addition, I'm not going to steal thunder, but also you will see the launch and you will hear about what the board has enthusiastically endorsed with our new auxiliary of Ab Israel High, which Rabbi Keller will talk about in the future. It is an incredible addition to our overall programming and things that we do at CBI. And it strengthens our connection, of course, to our homeland and our commitment to its future. Looking ahead to the coming year, as Sharon has mentioned, there is really much to anticipate and to celebrate. We are going to mark our 40th anniversary gala on Saturday night, November 16th. It was March. We obviously, for good reasons, postponed it. We want everyone to attend. It's honoring our founding members who were here from day one. It's honoring all the people that devoted their time as a president of this congregation. And it's also for the future, people that have gone through Joshua, people that have their kids in the preschool. This is for you as well. And this is a great, great evening. You'll be hearing more. Invitations are going out, and we really hope everyone will attend. And VIP, of course, will be doing the food. The Rosenthal Speaker Series, I mentioned, it will continue to inspire and educate. We are also, as Sharon mentioned, we are anxiously awaiting the launch of our capital campaign. I can't put a number on it. It keeps going up because there's more areas that we want to do and we want to fix. Obviously, this room will keep its importance of the beginning, and we will modernize, and the committee is working on that. There should be renderings and drawings very soon. Leslie Cantor, Sally Schwartz, Molly O'Grady, and others that have worked on this committee, Fran Weprin, it's just been amazing. It's also the school building. It's also renovation of that, and also things which Sharon has mentioned. We've already done things behind the scenes to increase security. And that's something that everybody needs and everybody feels important about, and we'll continue to do that. So your continued support is really the cornerstone of success, and I am deeply grateful for the opportunity to serve as your executive director. As we move forward into the coming year, let us continue to work together to strengthen our community, deepen our connections, and make a positive impact on the world around us. Thank you.
Okay, this is the exciting time. Each one of our VPs are going to be coming forward and giving a quick report. If you have any questions, Please just wait till they're done. So first, VP of Financial and Asset Management, Ira Ginsberg.
That's why I sat over there. I know I'd be called up quickly. So, Steve, again, thank you very much for everything you do for the synagogue. It's phenomenal. And Sharon, you're amazing. We appreciate it. So, the budget, as I'm sure everybody studied and looked at and so forth, I just want to thank Susan Goldman Newsy. She's not here tonight, but usually she would be here trying to explain some things. But she does a phenomenal job. She is amazing behind the scenes, and she's always has an open door. If anybody ever has any questions, she'll give you any answer you need, and the detail is second to none. So I'm going to just go through the budget very quickly. Last year's total income was about 10.7 million. This year we're budgeting 11.5 million. And it's about 6 or 7 different categories, from NCEC to dues, which will be a small increase this year, first time in 10 years. Security we're raising because that's just a never-ending issue, and then we do everything in the world. Steve, I think there's probably not a synagogue in this country that does a better job looking at what we can do to improve security, and it's just an ongoing, and we'll allocate whatever resources the synagogue needs. There's some increases in camp and just a couple other categories. Actually, interest income. You know, the synagogue is very healthy, and despite we were able to generate some significant increases in interest income this year, which helps. It's probably over $200,000, so that goes a long way. So again, and I want to thank the Budget Committee for all the work they do. Jeff Cannon, he's been doing it so long. He's really the brains behind what goes on. Where's Jeff? Oh, right there. Thanks. Dan Woljan, Jason Solotkin, Steve and Sharon and myself are on the committee, but there's a lot that goes on. The detail that Susan provides us, and line by line by line, we get it right. So again, thank you, and we're blessed to have such an incredible synagogue and our great rabbis and cantor. So thanks again.
Thank you very much. VP of Education, Robin Rubinoff.
Thank you, Sharon. Hi, everybody. I'm very proud to report that both of our schools are thriving. Over 400 students in each school, in the preschool and in the religious school, can okay. There are so many things that go on in both the schools. There's no way you want to hear about all of them, so I'm just going to give you a few highlights. In our preschool this year, Allison, as you know, has almost completed her second year as our director, and we're so thrilled to have her. Her team is outstanding. The support is incredible. You have no idea what it takes to run a school with 400 kids. There are so many details, and they handle it with grace and love and compassion, and they're an exceptional team, and I'm so proud to work with them. Our classes are thriving. Our teachers are the heart and soul of our school. We're so grateful to them. They're the reason that our children are happy. They're the reason our parents are happy to bring their children to our school, and we are grateful to each and every one of them. Our kids are learning, and they're having fun, and they're playing, and they're learning how to be friends, and they're learning to sit in circle time, and they're learning how to be social, and they're learning how to run and throw and cut and color, and they're all going to be so prepared for kindergarten. They're the most prepared kids in this city. The private schools, they know that our students, when they go to kindergarten, they will be prepared. And that is what our preschool is known for. And it's a thrill to get to watch the kids grow. We are constantly updating our curriculum. We've instituted a couple of new things this year. There's a new handwriting curriculum for the 3s in pre-K. We're continuing our conscious discipline. If anyone remembers from last year, my report, we started it last year with our teachers. We're continuing it this year. There are so many events and activities and holiday celebrations and parent activities. It's too many to name. But our hardworking PO parents, they work endlessly and tirelessly to provide events for the kids and for the parents. It's an incredible institution. If you ever want to know more, you can call me, you can email me. I will bore you for hours with all the wonderful things that go on. But thank you isn't enough to thank the entire staff, the admin team, the teachers, the families, the parents, and the children for the thriving school that is our preschool. And for our religious school, I could say almost as many things. 400 more students learning how to be Jews, learning how to be citizens of the world, learning to be proud of their religion and their heritage, and learning how to be Jewish in this world. And when they leave our school and they go off to college, they will know how to be proud Jews and how to express themselves and defend themselves, which they might need to do in the world we live in. So that is our goal. We want our kids to be Jewish citizens and proud of their heritage. And from the minute they start, some of them in pre-K. For the first time this year, we've offered pre-K in our religious school, and it was so popular on Tuesdays, we had to add another class on Sundays. That was a new wonderful thing. So from that very beginning of 4 and 5-year-olds all the way up through high school, that is our goal, to teach these kids. And our staff and our administrative team and our teachers, they're incredible. There's so many things that have been going on there as well. We've had grade level Shabbats for every grade, and they've been amazingly attended, and programming for families for every grade level, which have been amazingly attended. We are teaching Hebrew differently this year. We're teaching it by level so that each class can move and grow and learn together. And it's been a wonderful success. It was a transition. It was the first time we've done it, but it really has worked out beautifully. The teachers love it. The kids are progressing. It's really been a great change to our Hebrew curriculum. We have a brand new curriculum for every grade next year, so it's going to be another exciting year. We're looking forward to more learning and growth and happy children and happy families. And it's an honor for me to be the VP of Education and work with all the volunteers in both schools. We have wonderful boards in both schools. Taylor Weiss leads our NCECE Parent Organization Board. She leads the SLJ Parent Organization Board. Danny Hellitzer leads our NCECE PO Board. These are powerful parents who care so deeply about our schools, and they spend their time and their effort and their energy just to make our schools a better place. We're grateful for them. We love them. I'm going to stop talking. Thank you for allowing me to be here. If anyone ever has questions about schools, please reach out to me. It's my pleasure to be here with you, and thank you.
Next, we're going to hear from Andrea Cannon, VP of Social Action.
Thank you, Sharon. Never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed citizens can change the world. Indeed, it's the only thing that ever has. Margaret Mead. I always begin all my speeches with her statement because I feel it's a very important factor in what we do for our community and for the world. All of us together, whether it's a small group or a large group, can make a difference in people's lives, and that to me is extremely important. It's my honor to have the position of Vice President of Social Action and Chair of the Cantor Family Center for Justice. I've been doing this for many years prior to my becoming the VP of Social Action last year. I'd like to thank Minda Shaman, who is not here this evening, but I did thank her this afternoon, for all the work that we do together. We work together to make sure that this committee, that this Social Action Committee is a wonderful success. I'd like to also thank the CBI staff, who helps in every possible way to promote our Social Action Committee. Leslie Cantor has been fabulous with her support, providing food whenever we need the food. I have many individuals who donate money, and I truly appreciate that, so that we can keep our Social Action Committee constantly going. It's important for us, as Sharon indicated and Steve did, to indicate that we are a congregation with a conscience. And I love that. And I love that we were able to determine that and make that part of our theme at CBI. We begin our year in August with the Back to Shul event, and at that event, we have a great time coming back from the summer and getting ready to be in our synagogue again in the high holidays. We collect school supplies, backpacks, non-perishable food for our little two pantries, which are located at Ebenezer Missionary Baptist Church. And this is something that has always been something very important to me. I had these pantries built. Ebenezer Missionary Baptist Church is in Pearl City. It's a very low-income community. There were also many homeless people that sleep on the streets near that church. And with these pantries, we were able to feed them. With all of your help and your assistance and your donations of food and monetary items, we are able to keep these pantries filled 4 to 5 days a week. We do this in conjunction with Ebenezer Missionary Baptist Church. There are several individuals who donate very large sums of money so that when we do run out, I am able to have Minda order food from Walmart. Walmart is also a wonderful, wonderful donator to our Little Free Pantries. They're also involved with our Thanksgiving Feed the Community event and with our Spring Feed the Community event, which we have done, this is the 4th time. At Hanukkah, we collect toys for Jafco. We're also involved with the Simon Town Center Mall. They have a Give Back Christmas Feast event on Christmas Day. We are the only Jewish organization that is invited. This will be our 4th year. You have to watch for the emails and the e-blasts to register. We only have 40 slots, but we're thrilled to be there, and they love having us. We also collect toys for the children who attend that meal with their families, and each child goes home with a Christmas gift. Many of them would not receive anything at all. So we're wonderful and very happy to participate in that. As I indicated, we have a Spring Feed the Community event with Ebenezer Missionary Baptist Church. We feed 400 to 500 families. We buy turkeys and chickens from Walmart, again, very lowly discounted. We also send every family home with a bag of groceries so that they can make themselves a meal for Thanksgiving and for Easter or whatever holiday they participate in. I'd like to thank Daryl, who's the store manager at Walmart on 441 in Palmetto, for the generous donations that he gives us. If it wasn't for him, we would not be able to share all of this food with those communities. As a volunteer, you get the satisfaction of knowing your time and effort connects you with your families, our membership families, and the community to a very holy place. If you're interested in volunteering, please let me know. Please get involved with Minda. She will be very happy to help you. We can give you directions with anything that you'd love to do. I'm actually having a social action committee meeting tomorrow. We planned it very short notice, but if you're interested and you want to be involved, I'd love to have you be involved and help our community survive and feed others throughout the world. Thank you very much. Good night.
We have our VP of Membership, Gil Kaminer.
Good evening, everybody. Until about 90 minutes ago, I didn't think I'd be here this evening because I was supposed to attend one of my children's band concerts, but I was able to get out of that. But the reason I'm here to begin with is because of my kids, because of what they received here and what I started to receive here, and I wanted to get involved. And as Vice President of Membership, I see the role of membership as less about recruiting new members and more about making sure that our current members are satisfied with everything we do here. Do they feel at home? I feel like this is my spiritual home, one I never had before. And I want to make sure that all of our members feel that way. We've had wonderful programming this year, and I'm a little hesitant to mention Minda's name again, because if she's watching, she's probably going to ask for a raise tomorrow, because I think I'm the 5th person to mention her. But Minda has slid into more of a membership role to support the programs we want to do. And we have amazing plans for next year, getting out into the community, events for adults, events for families. And those are the things we want to do. We want to make sure that everybody is involved, not just on Rosh Hashanah, not just on Yom Kippur, and not just adults. We want to get everybody involved so that as our kids make it through NCECE and SLJ and all the things you've heard about, that they stay involved and part of the CBI family. And we're having success with that, and we're going to continue down that path. I think that's all I have for this evening. Like I said, I wasn't supposed to be here. Thank you so much.
We have our VP of Administration and our first Vice President, Barry Schwartz.
Thanks, Sharon. I think I'm going to give a VP of Administration report. We'll start with that. It's interesting, when you look at our bylaws, there's not a really broad description of what the VP of Administration is supposed to do. So I took that as sort of poetic license to indicate that I could really do whatever I wanted to do. And I got into a lot more than I thought I was ever going to get into, and I'm very happy that I did. One of the things, though, that's important that I started on the beginning of my term was reviewing contracts for some of the people sitting in this room. For Steve, yes, and Rabbi Kahn, your turn is very soon, and Rabbi Keller and Cantor and Allison. So if you like all of them, let me know, and we'll see what we can do about giving them contracts that make them feel good. But seriously, it's what was that? Your turn is soon. Reviewing the contracts is very important because, as Ira will tell you, keeping us on track on our budget is very, very important, and senior staff salaries are a big portion of our expenses. But the next place I stuck my nose in, and I have to thank Robin, I stuck my nose into NCECE. Sally and I haven't had kids in preschool for a long time. She says, don't tell you how many years it's been. But when our kids went to preschool, it was pretty simple. You dropped them off, there weren't any options, and you picked them back up at whatever time it was, and it was all over. Little did I know when I walked into Allison's side of the world that I would learn all kinds of interesting things. I tried pretending to enroll like I was a preschool parent, couldn't figure out how to do it. I don't know how preschool parents do it. It's complicated. You have options, you have classes, you have aftercare, it's endless. But NCECE is very important because the percentage of our income that it provides is a big number. So understanding how it worked, I thought was really important. And as I got deeper and deeper into it, one of the things, and Steve, I'm surprised you didn't mention, one of the things we found out is that we're running a big business between all of the folks over on Allison's side and all the people on Steve's side. We have 145 employees and no HR director. You tell me a business, those of you that have been in business before, that a company with 145 employees that doesn't have an HR department. So I'm happy to say that we're in the midst in, Steve, in the next 60 days, we'll hopefully have an HR director in place. That should help our school, our teachers, our staff, take some load off of Steve, and help us run more effectively, more efficiently. I've also been in the midst of working on a project with Susan Goldman and Steve and some of the other folks to make our ability to interface with you easier through a different software package called SchulCloud. SchulCloud is the front end of how all of you will interface, pay your bills, sign up and register for things. And one of the things that we notice is what we're using now is not real user-friendly. And so I think as we get involved in adding Schul Cloud, things will be easier. You'll be able to tell what's going on. You'll be able to pay your bills without as much aggravation and frustration. Past that, I've learned a lot. I think this last year as a VP of Administration was a good introductory lesson for my next job is trying to help Sharon retire, right? You can send the paychecks whenever you'd like. But seriously, this has been a great experience. We have a wonderful community here. We have a wonderful, amazing group of congregants, board members, clergy, senior staff, and everybody really does their best, goes out of their way to make our experience good for everyone. So thank you all. Look forward to next year's first Vice President speech, which will be completely different, I promise. Take care.
Next, sorry. We have our VP of Strategic Planning, Phil Rothschild.
All right, so we're running a little behind, so I'll keep this brief. Really, two things that the VP of Strategic Planning over the last year has been responsible for. One is the Joshua program. So that is a leadership training program where we try to train or expose up-and-coming leaders, younger persons, not always, but people who have been started to get involved in CBI, and give them an overview and details on the entire operations of the synagogue, which, as you've heard from everyone else, is pretty expansive. And so we do 10 to 15 people. We have 4 sessions, 90 minutes each in January and February. With some of this year's class are here. So that's one program that I work with Steve Allen towards the end of the calendar year, and we have people give us potential nominees, and then we pick a group, and we do that in January and February. The other thing, as Sharon mentioned earlier, the VP of Strategic Planning is now the chair of the nominating committee, and so we do a similar process that I just described, but for a trustee level, and those obviously go through the board first, and then ultimately to the members at the annual meeting. And other than that, it's sort of special projects here and there, bylaws reviews, which we're going to do on a regular basis now. And that's about it. Thank you.
And last but not least, we have VP Communication and Technology, Evan Appel.
Hi, everyone. Because I'm last and we have so much extra time, Rabbi Keller asked that I read the name of all the congregants in my role as Communications VP. So is it okay if I skip that? Extend the time? Okay, yes. But I took over this position a couple months ago, midterm. So this coming year will be my first full year. I've been working with Danny Johnson and her marketing team, working on how to get information out, when to get information out, trying to figure out the best ways to get information out to different groups of people, and how we want to go about doing that in the future. So if you have any suggestions, how you want to get your information, when you want to get your information, if you're sick of getting certain information certain ways, let me know. Look forward to the next and upcoming year and look forward to working with you all. Thank you.
Okay, the next part is our election of trustees. The nominating committee recommends the following for a 2-year term. So we have our current board of trustees eligible for another 2-year term. Denise Beagle, she's a class 2. Sean Tybor, class 2. And Molly O'Grady, class 2. We have our board of trustees, class 3 members. Danny Hellitzer, NCECE Chair, Phil Wishna, President of Brotherhood, Taylor Weiss, SLJ Chair, and Rachel Weiner, Chair of Am Yisrael Chai Auxiliary. So now we need to approve the budget. So what I would like to do is Jess Silovich, who is the best and helps me so much, you have no idea, is going to help me. We're going to call for a vote. So what I need you to do is to please raise your hand and keep it up there for a couple of minutes so Jess is able to help. So, I'm sorry? Yes. So if you have voted by proxy, please do not raise your hand, okay? So, all in favor of passing for the election of trustees, the Board of Trustees that I just named, and our Class 3 members, all in favor, please raise your hand. Yes, Ron, you can vote. Ron, you can vote. Yeah, you're voting for me. Okay, thank you very much. Is there anyone that wants to vote no? Okay, so thank you very much. We have approved the Board of Trustees that are eligible for another 2 years and our new Class 3 members. Now we need to do the same thing for passing our budget. So if you have already voted via proxy, please do not raise your hand. All in favor of the budget that was emailed out to the congregation, please raise your hand. Thank you. Does anyone want to vote no for approving of our budget? Okay, thank you very much. That is passed. And is there any new business? Okay, so now we're going to have the benediction from Rabbi Keller.
We have about 11 minutes, so I'm going to give an 11.5-minute benediction so that we can all just sit here. And I'm going to speak really slowly. Adonai oz lamo yiten, Adonai varech et amo v'shalom. May God give strength unto us and to our people. Continue to bless us with hope and strength and love and peace to everyone. That is all.
Okay. With that, it is 7:53, and we're going to adjourn our 2024 annual meeting. Thank you all so much for coming. Could not do this without you.